Hey everyone, it's Sebastian Torres. I've been playing around with yesterday's workflow with the walking tiger, and I think I've improved it significantly. I'm going to show you what I've got. So it's basically the same. I've changed actually the prompt a little bit. I wrote tiger head, human hybrid, short fur. I reduced the amount or the power, strength of muscular. I put pants in dystopian city, and I've also put smoke into the negative because it kept on giving me smoke. I also did a couple of tests with SDXL models, and they weren't too bad, but I think I need to download a couple of better SDXL models because the ones that I'm using at the moment, they're not that great. Even though, if you have a look, I did some tests with the Juggernaut XL, both the V8 and V9 versions. I haven't tested the V1 with it, but the quality of the videos did not come out great, and I'm not sure if it's this that's at fault, the IP adapter that's at fault, or more so the Hotshot XL. I'm not a big fan of Hotshot XL. The quality of the videos that have come out are not that great, but anyways, we'll get back into it. So what I've done is, in yesterday's video I had, this thing makes me laugh every time. It looks so weird. It looks like one of those Easter Island heads. So I re-rendered it, but this time I made it a square as opposed to making it a rectangle. And by having it being a square, I've got the entire body now showing up, because yesterday I had him cut off at the knees, and I've noticed that the kneecaps were actually like, it was creating weird sort of effect, like a warping sort of effect at the bottom of the image. So I figured, okay, what I can do is create the image completely in the small size. So I've got 768 by 768. Pass that through the open pose. I've deactivated the line art and the depth. I wasn't getting great results with those, so I wasn't using them. And so I've put it through 16 frames. Oh, that's the other thing. With this, see how it loops like it's constantly walking? I did 16 frames and just one loop, as opposed to before where I had the 2 loops. But then the problem was, when I was doing the 2 loops, it would get to the end of the 16 frames and then kind of jitter as it was going to the next loop. So I fixed that in Blender. I worked with the mocap file and reduced it to the right frame. So then that way, as you can see, there's aside from the fact that it's going extremely quick, there's no stop. Like there's no like, oh yeah, that's where it starts the new cycle. Okay, so we've got that going through. Still got the same file. I've tried a couple of different ones that I created in here, and I just didn't like them. I like this because it's got the blue around the orange of the tiger, and there's a good reason why I wanted that now. So I ran it through here, and it's pretty good. There's some bits and pieces that I need to fix, but all in all, it actually came out pretty good. I don't mind that the background restarts over and over again after 16 frames, because it's not really that important for what I need, which is this. So I did a background image removal and put the chroma blue into it, and I upscaled it with the ultra sharp. I need to get a better upscaler. Let me know in the comments down below if you know of a better upscaler than ultra sharp, because I'm not a big fan of it, but they're the only ones that I've got. I've only got a couple of these, and I tried this one today. I also tried this one, the faces one, and I don't think it's trained for this sort of thing. So yeah, I ended up going back to ultra sharp, and so this is what it gave me. Right, which is great. I mean, it looks like crap, especially the face. For some reason, the tiger face on this model, it comes out really like hazy, like not hazy, it's like blurry or very pixelated. And so go here, so you cleaned it up pretty well, right? It's got a little glitch down there, but that's fine. Okay, so I ran it through another K sampler. As you can see there, it's got a completely different seed number. Aside from that, it's pretty much the same. I did boost this denoise up to 0.75. That way it'll kind of fix, which is great because then later on when I want to cut this out of the background, it'll be a lot easier. Okay. So from there, I went up to the film VFI and just upscale, added frames. So as you can see, it does kind of glitch out right there. So what I need to do is actually send this into a photo editor and just copy that hand over to these ones. See, I don't know what in the world that is. So it must have been, it's trying to blur. So I can even take this hand and kind of send it back through a couple of frames. That'll be easy enough. And the feet as well. I think I need to take like something like this foot and kind of work it into every single frame. But I'm not too worried about the feet actually, because the final frame that I want will actually crop from the head down to the knees. I didn't actually want the feet in the shot, so I'm not too phased about that. It's just a hand that I want to fix. So I upscaled it just a little bit again. Oh no, what I did was actually, because this one is significantly smaller inside the frame, I added a crop image. So I cropped into the image and then just pushed it up a little bit so that way it would center it perfectly. So if you have a look, we'll go side by side with them. You'll notice that he takes up a lot more of the image compared to the original one. From there, we've added, so what do we got? We've got 31 frames. Because we had 61 yesterday, now we've got 31 because I've actually turned the multiplier down to 2. There's a reason for that. I want to fix the frames in here and then send it through another multiplier here later on when I get the when I fix up the hands and that. That way I don't have to fix as many frames in Photoshop or in Krita. I don't have to fix as many hands, which is great because I did it yesterday and it was a pain in the butt. So after that, I upscaled it to a 0.3, same upscaler, and then I believe I'm gonna have a look. Which one is it? Not that one. So 1536 by 1536. That's the final size. Well, not really the final size. So then I run it through another AnimateDiff, and I put the entire sequence that I've already got through the IP adapter. Am I doing that wrong? Can you put an entire sequence into the IP adapter? I'm probably doing that wrong, but I did it anyways, and I'm not too unhappy with the results. I thought it was actually pretty good. So I'm gonna show you what the results were. I mean, obviously I've got to fix the hands still, both of them, because they look terrible. I could even go ahead and fix the legs just a touch. I don't mind the knees. I mean, the knees are kind of weird. What I need to do is go into the smaller version and get rid of some of the lines that come up on the leg. And once I do that, I think it'll fix it because it won't try and recreate whatever lines were there. I like the way that the actual chest muscles and the arms are kind of moving around. That turned out pretty good. So from there, I will put it through another K sampler ultimately. But what I did just for a test is I put it through the super. And yesterday I said that you have to be kind of careful about the size that you put through it. And so I wanted to test it out because this is 1536 by 1536, and I'm like, well, if I put it through there and I set this scale down to 0.5, I made sure that my prompt is correct this time. It actually turned out all right. So you can actually see what it's done. There's like a line here and around it, so it just centers on your character apparently. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but if you look at the quality of it, it's insane. and it's pretty consistent. I mean, like aside from the hand blowing out, whatever, and the kneecaps, I don't even know what's happening. It's like undulating kneecaps. Sounds sexy. His undulating kneecaps. Aside from that, like the face looks amazing. Like I need to do like a maybe crop it, not crop. Sorry, what is it? Like cut it out, make the face like go higher res, and then paste it back in. I need to get rid of this ponytail looking thing that he's got here in his shoulder. But all in all, that looks pretty sick. I mean, he's got like a freaking 8-pack. So 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a 10-pack. So the dude's like absolutely jacked, which is freaking awesome. So ultimately, what I will do is I'll see if I can. Yep. So that'll be basically the frame, right? And so notice how the legs actually look like they're walking before. I'll see if I've got a copy of what I was doing earlier. It was all over the place. I'm going to find it, and I'm going to show you what happens if you don't have the legs in the shot. And I've been complaining about this for a while. I'm not complaining. I wasn't complaining. But I have been going on about this for a while, that if you don't have the full body in the shot, it's going to act weird. It's going to do all sorts of weird things. And it actually did this in one of the anime pictures or videos that I put up. Copy output. So one of the anime videos that I put up of a girl like posing and like turning around, that turned out amazing. But as soon as I tried to do the exact same character cut off at the knees, no, it was at the waist. It destroyed the image for some reason. So every single time I did a full body, everything was fine. Every time I tried to do like half the body, it didn't work out that well. And the same thing is happening with this tiger, who I continue to call Tony. Where did you go, Tony? Should have saved. It'll be somewhere. I've got like so many copies. And some of them are okay. Some of them are really not what you would want to put on YouTube. Let's have a look. This one's extremely small, but you can see that I had cut him off. That looks terrible. So this one's the 512 by 512, I believe. No, 512 by 344. And so I had cut him off at the knees, or just a little bit below the knees, and it tried to create the feet. So you can actually see the feet in there as well, which is not what I wanted in the slightest. And so I've got another one here. Oh yeah, this is when it was going completely haywire. I'm gonna put like a blur thing here because this looks so wrong. Oh my god, that is so wrong. But anyways, it doesn't look like he's walking. Because I didn't have and it's the exact same video. What I just did was that square one, I just cropped it. That is... Oh my god. I was dying when that came out earlier. It's I just love the smile on his... Okay. Alright. Oh, that's so wrong. That is so wrong. Okay. And I had a couple of others as well that I was messing around. Oh, Jesus. Got worse. That smile is just so wrong. I'm just going to make sure that they're... Yeah. Here we go. So, see, this kind of did it the same, where I cut him off a bit around the knees, and so... He's meant to be walking, but it doesn't know that he's walking for some reason. It looks like he's trying to dance or something. So that was odd. Got quite a few actually. But anyways, the important thing is that as soon as I integrated the legs back into it. No, some of these just did not pan out. As soon as I integrated the legs back into it, then it started working out. I mean, not this one, this was shocking, but then it started working out all right. And as you can see, like, even though like the actual rendering is shocking, the walk cycle looks great. Like, so if I get rid of that and put, like, say a 3D walk cycle, it'll work out perfectly. So I can have him walking indefinitely in this and just put a shadow underneath him and it'll look perfect, which is exactly what I wanted to do with this guy. I could technically fix the feet if I wanted to. I have a feeling that the clouds behind him might be an issue when it comes to keying it out, but yeah, I reckon I'll be able to get rid of it. That shouldn't be an issue. But I'm really happy with how that turned out. So many different iterations that I went through today. Yeah. So today's video is going to be a little bit shorter. So I just wanted to show you guys what it is that I did. Actually, I found out today that Super got updated. There's a Super 2, I believe it is. So I'm going to update that tomorrow and see how that functions, because this one's pretty good. Like, so what it does is, so I took this from 1536, and this one, let me just see what the output size was. Cool. All right, so this one's 2304, just over 2K. But you can see that the actual bit rate is insane. So the data rate's 602. And it makes sense. I mean, like, that's a pretty hefty image for 1 second. 1 second is 71 megabytes. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna install the new one. Oh yeah, so that's what I was saying. So this will take it in here and just upscale it 1 frame at a time. So when you're doing it, if you're used to, like, let's say the K sampler, like, showing you the progression for the entire video, that's not how this works. So it was actually very confusing in the beginning, because I would set it up and then all of a sudden I see that the progression would go like that, and it's just like, oh, okay, it's a pretty good upscale. It's pretty quick upscaler. But no, it just does 1 frame at a time. And considering the fact that this is 15 steps, I could have gone higher. I actually have done some where it's like about 45 steps and it takes forever. But considering it's only 15 steps, the quality is actually not that bad. Like, it's actually pretty good. I could actually bump this up, probably even up to 30. CFG scale 4, like, and so I'm not sure, like, it doesn't work off like any control nets or anything like that. It just replicates the video that you, well, the photos or the sequence that you put into it really well. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that I started using that when it comes to upscaling the videos, because if I try to do a 2K video in the K sampler, one, I'd run out of memory straight away. Like, there's no way I'd be able to do it. I think 1536 is probably about as much as I'll go. Like, I was doing it the full HD in automatic 1111, but there wasn't this kind of workflow behind it. So yeah, like, I feel like this is just a much better option. The quality of the video just looks incredible. It really holds up when you upscale it with that. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see the final version of this. I'm gonna put it up tomorrow. I'm gonna work on this tonight and see what I can get it to look like. Probably put it into a scene. Yeah. So it's funny, like his stomach is like bouncing, which is odd. That's probably the most inconsistent part of the torso. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions. If you want to see or use this workflow, remember that I put them up on my Patreon, so my Patreon supporters, check it out on there. I have been uploading a lot more files onto the Discord that's connected to my Patreon, then that way you guys can use pretty much all the workflow files that I use, including which I have to put up also the Blender file. So I will be putting up the Blender file that I use to make this. Now the good thing is when you render it out, you can change the camera angles or whatever, and you can actually even change probably like the actual actions. So like you can, if you know a little bit of animation, you can change that as well. Yeah. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe if you're brand new to the channel and you want to see more videos like this. I'll be uploading one every day. That way you guys can keep up with me as I'm working on these. And if you're interested in these kinds of videos, check out one of these videos. It really helps the algorithm know that you guys are interested in watching more of these, and that way it boosts the channel even higher. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.